much for coming. So many people. Yes, I feel so bad for the other people. Anyway, welcome to this wonderful concert. And right now, we are going to introduce some of the instruments to you. And we're going to start with... Are we doing that?
I'm right here.
Joel, you're scaring me. Okay, where's my piece of paper? Oh, here it is. Great. Okay, we're going to start with the string section. Now, who can put up their hand and tell me what they think, why it's called the string section? You put your hand up first, boy in blue. They all have strings. Awesome. Yes, nice. Okay, so the first instruments we're going to have a look at are the violin. Now, hold your violin up, lovely. You see, there's a very fun fact about the violin. You see these little sound holes, they're shaped kind of different than a round hole, aren't they? And I found out a really fun fact about that. If you peel an orange or a mandarin all the way around without breaking it, it makes the same shape. Whoa! You can try that at home. Okay, let's hear from the violins. Ooh. Gives me a really nice feeling inside. And the next instrument we're going to talk about they're a little bit bigger than a violin and they're a little bit lower than a violin, and they are called violas. Does anyone know what these instruments are? The cellos! Okay, let's hear it. Whoa! And you're not going to believe it, but we have an even bigger string instrument. And it's over here. Our lovely double bass. Look how big it is. And it's so big, you pretty much have to stand up to play with it, or you can sit down as well on a very tall stool. Okay, let's hear it from the double bass and see how low it is. Is a big kind of lumpity bear. Boom, 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 like that. Well, that is the string section. And now we're moving on to something called the woodwind section. Now, who knows what that might be or why it's called that? Down there with the long hair and a plait. Yes. Oh, it's not in a plait, it's in a ponytail. Sorry.
You know who you are.
Because
could you blow through the instrument?
Oh,
because
thank
you
you.
blow
Thank
through
you.
the instrument. Thank you, Marshall. That's exactly right. But why is it called wood?
Well, in the old days, I think pretty much all of them would have been made of wood.
Ah, right. That explains it then. Okay. So the first ones we're going to hear from are the flutes. Hold up your flutes, everybody. Wow, look how
Very
shiny
shiny.
they are.
Pretty.
See what you think it sounds like. Nice, a couple extra notes in here. Yes! Okay, who wants to put up the hand and tell me what that sounded like to them? What did it sound like an animal, or what did it sound like to you? A fairy! Perfect, it did sound like fairies. I thought it sounded like little birds flying around. And the next instrument we're going to go for is called oboe. Hold up your oboes. Wow, look at that fancy instrument. Wow. It does sound like a snake charmer. That's why I kind of weaved around like a snake. Now the next instrument we're talking about, some that you might have actually played already, and that is the recorders. Now where are the recorders? Have a look at their outfits. Look how awesome they are. Okay, what do they sound like? I think they're low or high. Wow, awesome. Put your hand up if you've played the recorder before. Yes.
Ooh, quite a few. Good to see.
Okay, next are the clarinets. Where are you, clarinets?
Oh.
Look at all. Wow. Okay. Ooh, that makes my heart feel good. Yes. Okay, and we've got two of these at the moment, and they are called the saxophone. Can you guys hold your saxophones out? Look how shiny they are. Okay. Amazing. Now here's one of my favourites, and it's a great big long one, and it's called the bassoon. Have a look at this. Oh,
What's that going to sound like, Kat?
I don't know, do you think it's going to be loud, low, high? What's it going to be? Let's listen. Find out. Whoa, what a cool noise! Okay, moving right along to the brass section. Okay, now why is it called the brass section? Who hasn't answered a question? Yes, standing up.
Because it's made of brass.
Because it's made of brass. Whoa! Nice. Okay, and first we are going to have the horn.
French horn. They're going to
French horn. Can you Whoa! Look at that.
be so shiny.
And guess what? We are going to be dancing in the aisles to the horn soon. Okay, and the next one are the trumpets. Let's hear from the trumpets. Hold them up, trumpets. Yeah. Yeah. You can dance to that something called, this is a big long word, it's called the euphonium. What does that look like? Whoa! Okay. Is a really, really, really big instrument, and it's called the tuba.
You must be so strong.
Let's hear what that sounds like.
I think that might even be lower than the double basses.
Yeah, I reckon. Okay, and then last but definitely not least is in the percussion section. Look at those great big drums over there. They are called the timpani. Let's listen. Whoa!
Thank you very much. I've learned a lot, Kath.
I say.
Brilliant. Right, you can go back to your place. Well, now,
Get out of here.
that came across a bit wrong. Actually, Kath is going to be working very hard for us today. Not only is she singing and emceeing, she's also playing the drums.
Yes.
So,
That's exactly right. Don't listen to your kids.
listen very hard. So you might have noticed a little bit of similarity with all those little excerpts that we were playing, and that's because they all come from the same piece of music. And that piece of music is called Symphony No. 1 by Brahms, fourth movement. Those classical composers, they all had very long titles, didn't they? But anyway, and so this is one of his most famous tunes, and we hope you enjoy it.
I've just had this idea. Sorry, I just had this idea. I want you guys to choose one of these instruments during the show and during this next piece of music and play. So you can play the violin or you can pluck the double bass. You're going to pretend to play that one. Also, I'm going to come down and pretend to play some instruments as well. And I've got some prizes for the best looking instruments, okay?
left.
We've got some puff. Well done, everybody. You did awesome. Sorry, I haven't got enough prizes for everybody.
How did they go, Kath? I couldn't watch
They
it.
were amazing. They
No
were
problem being a conductor. I'm the only person who doesn't see.
Here's the thing. We forgot to introduce one of the most important people of the orchestra. This is Joel, and he's called the... Yes, and what is he holding? Yes, whoever said that? Well done, you. And he keeps everybody in time.
Tries to.
He tries to. Okay, now some of you might know this song, I reckon.
Oh,
And right down here at the end of the stage, there's kind of a green looking thing. What's that? Yeah, it is a dragon. This song is one that's been sung for a few years, and this is my very first time singing it with an amazing orchestra. So if you would like to sing along, please do. And if you really feel like it, you can come down and be dragons under the bed down here. Just make your way down when you feel like it. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Get down under the bed. Can you get down under the bed like this? Yes, perfect. Something happens in my room at night. Straight after Mum turns out the light, I hear the giggling from under my bed, and then I see the glowing eyes of red. As if that isn't enough surprise, little puffs of smoke, they start to rise. I hear the breathing deep and strong, and that's when I know there's something wrong. Ha! I've got dragons under my bed, not just one, a whole family instead. They don't hurt me, that's for sure, but they do make a mess on the bedroom floor. They throw my clothes. Oh, come out and throw your clothes. It's just like a bomb going. They even open up the wardrobe door and throw the contents on the floor. I pull the blankets up over my head, 'cause this is the part that I really dread. Starting with the books and then the toys. They make lots of mess and lots of noise. Make noise! Ah! Under my bed, come out and dance. Family instead. They don't hurt me, that's for sure, but they do make a mess on the bedroom floor. Well, that's when I hear Mum coming at last. But man, those dragons are super fast. As soon as they hear the door go click, back under the bed they scurry quick. The light goes on, and I bet you'll guess who gets the blame for all that mess. Me. I tried to tell her it wasn't me, but she never does believe my dragon story. I've got to come out and sing. When I hear you all singing, one and all family instead. They don't hurt me, that's for sure, but they do make a mess on the bedroom floor. Yeah! Awesome. Well done, everybody. Good singing, good acting. You did awesome. If you want to go back to your seats, you can.
now for something a little bit different. Our first violinist here, Jordan Day, is now going to play a very fancy solo for us on the violin. Questions that you might want to ask Jordan. So perhaps we'll start with someone from the orchestra. Would you like to ask a question of Jordan? How old are you?
I am 14.
Anything Anything from the audience? Would you like to ask Jordan something? Maybe I'll give you a clue. Ask him how long he's been learning the violin. There's one for you. Yes. Good question. Well done.
I've been learning violin, I think, 9 years. My mother's a violin teacher.
That helps. Yeah, thank you. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about the piece of music you're going to play. Do you know much about it?
It was by Jean-Baptiste.
Thank you. It was written by Jean-Baptiste Accolay, and he lived in Belgium in I think the 1800s. My name is Jordan Day.
Anyone's got a frozen dress on today. Is anyone wearing a frozen dress? Can I see anyone? Oh, a few hands. Anyway, so if you know any of the songs, we're going to play 3 songs from Frozen. I think you'll hopefully, if you know the movie, you'll recognise them all. And if you want to sing along, feel free.
Just before we start, I think that you could probably dance, if you can, in your seat or around here, like your favourite Frozen character while we're playing these tunes. And I think that we just need to give another little clap to Jordan here, because that was amazing. And don't forget, if you think you might like to learn the violin one day. Whoa, yes, hey, look, here's a piece of information for you parents. If your children want to try any of these instruments, pretty much, they're for hire at the School of Music and, at the Nelson Centre of Musical Arts, and you can have 1 month, I think, of 1 term of free lessons.
See if you like
how it goes. That is a good deal.
And once you've learned your instrument, even for like a few weeks, we've got some orchestras you can join. There's one for even if you've only can play 2 notes. So, anyway, let's hear Frozen. Shout out to Kath on the drums, didn't she do well? She was a bit nervous about this gig doing the drums, but she's done brilliantly.
Have a good time doing it.
Would you like to introduce? Oh, I'm not introducing it. Who's introducing it, Kath?
You are.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
So, the next symphony is a bit of a surprise. In fact, it's called the Surprise Symphony. So, we have, well, Kat can tell you about what we're going to do.
Well, we've got 8 instruments here, and I'm just going to randomly choose 8 people to come and sit on the steps with me, because during this piece of music, we get to play a really, really loud sound, and we're going to practice it, and everybody else who's not up here with me can just do a really loud sound and release. Let me hear you.
Loud as you can.
And you can also stamp your feet. Yeah. Okay.
I was just going to tell them a little bit of the story behind this. Well, this is the legend. I think it's true. So the guy who wrote this piece, called Joseph Haydn, who lived in Austria many years ago, over 200 years ago, he used to get a little bit tired of people going to sleep during the slow parts of his symphonies. And so he decided to throw in a really loud chord to wake everybody up from their knitting or whatever they were doing. So the children here are going to help supply all the noise that we need for the surprise chord. So we'll get them all settled down here. How are we getting on, Kath? The stage is a little bit crowded with teddy bears and instruments and things. Oh, look at you all. Gosh. I hope you can all join the orchestra next year.
Right. This is your one.
Wow.
This is
We've got some...
your one. The
I
clave.
don't know what all these instruments are.
Okay. We've got a maraca.
Maraca.
Wow. Here we go. That's yours. Sorry. And we've got this.
Pass.
Who knows what this is
Called
called?
soon.
What's it called?
Kabasa.
Kabasa? Yes, thank you.
Tell I'm not a percussionist.
And we've got a
Tambourine, I know that one.
It's your one, my lovely. And we've got some stick clave. Okay, you can do those. Okay, good. You can play the bells. Can you play the bells? Yep, good. And one more maraca. Here we go. Everyone else, remember, you can even bang your hands on the ground. Lovely.
Now, we thought we should have a little practice first. So we're going to play a little bit from the symphony. We might even have to do it twice.
Yeah, I do.
Think twice? Okay, alright. Your instruments, and Kath will help you, she'll help lead you.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to tell them something very quietly. Can you pass it on to them, Kath?
Yes, sure. Can you play a really loud but quiet at the end? Don't tell me. Play a really loud but quiet at the end. Shh. Don't tell me on the street. Okay. Here we go. halfway through.
Surprise symphony with our extra orchestra members down here by Joseph Haydn.
Pardon? locked down and we couldn't go to school and we couldn't go to work. Put up your hand if you remember that time. Okay, so in that time, I received some funding with my friend Doug, who's right in the audience right down here. Together we wrote a whole album based around the feelings of that time. The children and families had given me ideas. Well, this song, who remembers in the windows of houses there were like teddy bears on chimneys, on cars, on letterboxes. Okay, so we wrote a song called The Teddy Bear Team, and it's from the teddy bear's point of view. Here it goes. Arranged by Doug, actually, right here. He's all shy. Yeah, Doug! It started with a creaking of the floorboards, just after I had heard the squeaky door. And suddenly I felt a little dizzy, because I wasn't in the attic anymore. It all began one sunny Friday morning. As usual, I was sitting on my bed, when all at once the bedroom door burst open, and someone put their arms around my head. What's going on? Is this a dream? Now I belong to the teddy bear team. I was getting used to feeling claustrophobic. Hadn't seen the sun for many years. Hidden underneath a pile of worn out toys. Next minute I was pulled out by my ears. What's going on? Is this a dream? Now I belong to the teddy bear team. Teddy in the window, what do you see? A teddy in the window, smiling at me. Teddy in the window, what do I see? Lots of happy children looking at me, and waving, and pointing, and laughing. It's amazing! I was cold and dusty underneath the armchair, sad because I thought that I'd been tossed. But on the special day in 2020, I realised that I was only lost. Teddies in the window, puppies on the roof, pandas in the letterbox. I'm telling the truth. Unicorns on buses, monkeys hanging by their tails, tigers, lions, elephants, even tiny snails. Teddy in the window, what do you see? A teddy in the window, smiling at me. Teddy in the window, what do I see? Lots of happy children looking at me. Can you wave and waving and pointing and laughing? Oh, it's amazing! Thank you so much. Doug Stenhouse, Mr. Doug McClappen, the arranger at the back.
Thank you, Kat. Fantastic. Lovely song.
Thank you.
Brings back memories. Okay, now we're just about done, but with our second to last item is we're going to present another soloist from the orchestra, and this is Finn Kirby Pingway, and he's playing the French horn. Do you remember that from the introduction? Anyway, he's going to come down here, and we might need to stand for him. Oh, I've forgotten a piece. I'm sorry. Apologies. Now we have a special, like a little quiz almost. Cat, the broken classical. I forgot about it.
Well, we could skip that.
This won't take long.
Okay, we're going to listen out and see if we recognise any of the tunes, okay? Now, there's how many of them?
6.
There's 6 of them. And if you hear one and you're like, I know that song, you've got to put up your hand, okay?
We're going to try and figure out what the most well-known song is.
Yeah, it's a survey. Okay. Let's do it. Here we go. This is number 1.
That was Ode to Joy by Beethoven.
Well done.
Beethoven is the winner. Who do you reckon was next?
Three was
Three. Was that Mozart? I think. Kleine Nachtmusik. Okay, fantastic. Now, as I was saying before, we now have a soloist from the orchestra playing a very popular piece. Just about everybody knows this tune. And if you don't, you'll be soon singing along because you hear it a few times. And our soloist is Finn Kirby Pingway. playing the French horn.
Yeah, and I have got a question for Finn when he gets down here. That I thought, oh, we brought your music stand down here, Finn. Yes, just there. And just before we ask the questions, this tune is a rondo. Rondo? Who knows what a rondo is? Does anyone know what a rondo is? Okay, so it means that the tune repeats. It keeps coming back, a bit like a chorus. That's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down into the audience, and when we hear that tune, we are going to be, well, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be once we hear a little piece of the from Finn.
So Finn is now going to demonstrate part of the tune that keeps coming back all the time. All right, so this is it.
Yes, so that to me sounded a bit like a hunting thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to gallop around like horses, all around here. Hi, Sean, hi, Elsie. And every time that tune comes back, so if you want to join me down here, I'm going to come down and do some horse riding.
And so we're going to finish with I'm a Believer, and from the movie Shrek, but originally by Neil Diamond. And it has the words, in case you don't know them when you get to the chorus. You can sing the verse and the chorus if you know them. But the chorus is, then I saw her face, now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. Optional, yeah. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. You get to sing that twice, okay?
And I just had something to say. Don't forget to do a wee clicky on the way out with your phone. It's just a $5 donation, or even if you've got a $1 coin to put in the slot, that'd be awesome. I do have some merch for sale out there. I'll come out if you want to buy something or have a photo or something. I'll come out after this. And
Talk to any of us in the orchestra if you want to ask any questions.
gather somewhere.
Yeah. We'll be out the back.
Okay.
We might be on the stage for a little while.
Come out and
Wanna
have a
come
look
up?
at some of the instruments and things, yeah?
Yeah, we can hang around for a little bit.
Okay.
Any questions?
And if you feel like dancing and